you missed it, the State of the Union was last night, so this morning we're joined by Dr. Gregg Murray from Augusta University, who's helped us to better understand kind of what went down with last night's address. A lot of things to kind of sort through, but some things, I guess, we'll start off with. Everyone's kind of talking about the snub that happened between Nancy Pelosi and Donald Trump. It just seemed like it was kind of like schoolyard disagreement, bickering type of thing. What was your takeaway on that?
It very much did. And I got to tell you, as somebody who watched this stuff, I was a little disappointed about it. There was first the snub at the beginning when President Trump didn't shake Speaker Pelosi's hand.
Mm-hmm.
There was some discussion about she maybe didn't introduce him the way they're typically introduced.
Right.
Of course, at the very end, she's tearing up her copy of his speech. I'm kind of disappointed. I expect those guys to be better than me, and that seems like stuff I would do. So
Yeah.
I expect our leaders to do a little bit better than that.
Now, in terms of the way this thing actually played out, it was like a timing-wise, it's typical what you saw in terms of the content of it and, you know, those type of things. So what was your takeaway in general with it?
I think in general it was very typical State of the Union. President touts what he's done in terms of his accomplishments, lays out a couple things that he plans on doing in the future. So it was fairly typical. I think what was unexpected was that they did not speak about impeachment in any way, and I think that was pretty remarkable.
Yeah, usually you would think that would have been like the first thing that would have been brought up in this case, right?
Well, it would have been interesting if they had wrapped this up last week. I wonder if he would have brought it up and sort of pummeled the Democrats with it, but he didn't do it. So that might have been part of the deal to wrap up the timing on it.
Right. There were certainly some unusual things, unusual in a good way too. I mean, there were the honoring of the kid the fourth grader from Philly who got the scholarship, and then the sergeant who came home. So those were some really nice moments. I think everyone could appreciate too.
Oh, I think so. There were some heartfelt, heartwarming moments, and I think they did a great job. It was definitely TV production time in terms of having some of these manufactured moments, but they were good moments, and I think it was good for the country to see them and experience them.
Well, you mentioned the fact they didn't bring up impeachment at all during the proceedings, but what does this kind of mean now moving forward, knowing that today we could see the conclusion of the whole impeachment decision? Is that going to impact that and then anything else that's going to be happening in the next few months, would you anticipate? Or?
Well, I think this sets the stage for what's coming up in the future in terms of what Trump's planning on rolling out regarding the campaign coming up. Obviously, he's going to be much more partisan. I mean, another thing that kind of stuck out, he really did not attack the Democrats last night, which is unlike what we've come to grow to expect from President Trump. So in that regard, it was remarkable, and you know, going through these next, 10 months to the election, it won't be like that.
Yeah.
But he did lay out some of the things he's going to be talking about, I think.
It was interesting that they didn't really touch on the Iowa caucuses either.
They did not.
And that's been a big story for everybody.
That's part of that, I think, that discussion about how he decided not to beat up on the Democrats last night. You would have expected normal Trump behavior would have been to go after that and really highlight it, and he didn't do it.
He showed some restraint.
He showed restraint. He looked like a typical president delivering a State of the Union address.
All right. Well, there you have it. Thank you so much, Dr. Murray, for your time and kind of give us the insight into what was happening during the State of the Union address last night. We'll be right back after this.